Director General, Development Agenda for Western Nigeria, Dawn Commission, Shaye Uyileye, zone is point harvest by the Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu. The governors at the end of the meeting at the federal government to ensure food security while mandating the commissioners for agriculture to meet and set up a working template which will ensure collaboration based on each state's comparative advantage in the sector. In line with the mandate of the governors, the Dawn Commission Director General said the commissioners had since June met about 4 times and put in place measures that could guarantee food abundance. The Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations has raised alarm over the escalating floods in Nigeria, which are exacerbating the already deteriorating food security situation in the country. The Food and Agriculture Organization, FAO, in a statement expressed concern about the potential for increased hunger, as nearly 31.8 million Nigerians are already at risk of acute food insecurity. The FAO on 10th September 2024 said it had recorded 1.3 million hectares of land submerged, including 558,000 of cropland across the country. Floodwaters are expected to continue rising further as rivers swell and dams approach their maximum capacity, further threatening communities across northern Nigeria. The Nigerian Meteorological Agency has advised governments and emergency managers and relevant bodies to make use of weather forecasts for effective planning. The NIMET Director of Applied Meteorological Services, Mrs. Glory Oyegbele, gave the advice at National Emergency Coordination Forum organized by the National Emergency Management Agency in Abuja. Oyegbele said that NIMET, in fulfillment of its mandate, issued seasonal climate predictions for the entire country. She advised emergency managers to always act fast, adding that those responsible for dams should protect the integrity of the facilities. Oyegbele said that flooding might continue to reoccur unless enough efforts would be made early to take care of places on the floodplain. The federal government has identified 6 locations in Lagos where vehicle owners can have their cars converted to run on compressed natural gas (CNG) at no cost. This initiative is part of the Presidential Compressed Natural Gas Initiative aimed at reducing fuel costs for Nigerians. Announcing the initiative via his official X account, Lagos State Commissioner for Transportation, Oluwaseun Oshuyemi, revealed that the free conversions will commence today, September 13, between 3 p.m. and 6 p.m. He also noted that the first 50 vehicles at each of the 6 designated locations that pass inspection kits. According to him, the free conversions will also extend to Abeokuta, Ogun State, and Ibadan, Oyo State, and in Abuja and Kaduna on Saturday, September 14, between 3 p.m. and 6 p.m. This initiative follows the August 2023 launch of the Presidential Compressed Natural Gas Initiative by President Bola Tinubu, which aims to transform Nigeria's transportation system by introducing over 11,500 CNG-enabled vehicles and providing 55,000 conversion kits for petrol vehicles. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, is preparing for the November 16 governorship election in Ondo State. A crucial aspect of the election's success is the media, with INEC set to accredit organizations for coverage on election day. In this report, Osrc evaluates the media's readiness and preparation for the upcoming election. Ondo State is at the center of attraction in Nigeria's political landscape as preparations for the 2024 governorship election are underway. The election will be conducted as a stand-alone, off-cycle poll, which is different from the norm in other states. As constitutionally guaranteed, the media plays a crucial role as a watchdog in upholding the democratic process, especially during elections. Ondo State has a history of media influence in shaping narratives and public opinion, making media professionals professionals' activities crucial heading into the election.
Especially when we talk of politics, but certain things, issues are common, across Nigeria in the electoral process. Some of them may be here, and some, are unique to Ondo State. Looking back at the performances of the past, that's of journalists in this state, with a view to improving the capacity of the journalists on ground.
There are over 15 broadcast outfits operating, all with a presence in Ondo State, while the print and online media are also numerous. How are journalists and media professionals anticipating the election?
Just tune to any of our radio station, our television station, you will see they engage INEC, they engage different stakeholders. We are very conscious of our electoral right, and we know, if you look at the election now, if you look at the process now, people, they know who they want to vote for. Some people have decided, some people are yet to decide. So all we just need is that we want the umpire, the government agencies who are charged with this responsibility of conducting election should do the right thing to be fair to all parties.
As the 2024 governorship election in Ondo State approaches, media professionals are intensifying their preparations to ensure comprehensive coverage and balanced reporting.
About 17 political parties are going to participate in this election, and we are not saying this one is our own candidate. We are neutral. We are giving them publicity so that people can know what is happening in these political parties. Can strategically be in all the 3 senatorial districts, cover the local government areas, so that we can let people know what is happening in all these areas.
Enhancing fact-checking protocols and increasing resources to cover aspect of the election, from candidate profiles to voter education, are areas of interest.
Also for journalists to know that they need to be conflict sensitive, because there are different factors involved in this election. There are all kinds of tensions in terms of, we have been reading reports, for example, of defections and so on. So naturally, politicians will come out to make accusations or allegations against their opponents. We have to be careful in reporting some of these things, because if you report sometimes politicians verbatim when they are making very grievous allegations, you may be contributing to incitement.
While some say the political circle is witnessing an unusual lull compared to previous elections, relevant stakeholder institutions and political actors must engage the media to inform the electorate.
Allow the people, the public to know, the electorate to know what exactly they want to do for the people, what exactly they want to do for Ondo State. So we are.
You can't distort information, and I think the people will rely on your media organization in future for sensitive information.
As the election date approaches, the commitment of the media to uphold high standards of reporting will remain crucial, as their efforts are vital in fostering a democratic process and ensuring that the voices of the Ondo State electorate are heard. Sahid Aribisala, Osrc News. We're due for a break on the news at 7. We'll be back with more stories. Please stay with us.
Ambition.
My G, for our ambition, we go hard.
We go day night till we make it.
We go hard till we find that perfect beat.
The perfect beat, the one the world will put on repeat.
So we chase greatness in every moment, making every naira count.
We put out content after content till it's comment after comment. And with Glow by our side,
we have more to offer.
Because the My G bundle comes with bonuses,
giving you way more data value and way more steez on IG, Snapchat, TikTok, WhatsApp, Glow TV, Audiomack, and Boomplay
in one fly package.
Dial *312# now and select My G bundle.
Glow Unlimited.
back. It's still the news at 7. You can watch us live on our website, www.osrc.ng, or follow us on Facebook at Osrc TV, and on YouTube. You can subscribe to our channel, Osrc TV Ondo. To more stories now. More women in Ondo State have pledged their support for Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa ahead the November 16 gubernatorial election. The special advisor to the Governor on Women Affairs, Shehu Osamaye, during a familiarization and sensitization visit to the local government area, expressed optimism at the clear chances of the flag bearer of the All Progressives Congress to claim victory. Osrc Joy Pius has details.
In the last 6 weeks, Special Advisor to Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa on Women Affairs, Shehu Osamaye, has been on the tour of local government areas to propagate the gospel of the Odatiwa administration to the people at the grassroots. This time, the trail of the Odatiwa Women's Initiative moved to Idonri local government area, canvassing support for the governor. The first port of call for the team was the palace of the Onikonri of Ofosu community, Oba Henry Olumakaye, to pay homage and to intimate him on the essence of their visit. The team proceeded to Enrijo 1 and 2, where they were received by the traditional ruler, religious leaders, as well as women in the community for the sensitization campaign. The situation at Elebishiri community was also another interesting scene as women trooped out to receive the team. The special advisor, Shehu Osamaye, appreciated the people of the area, particularly the women, for their constant support for Governor Aiyedatiwa, assuring of his commitment to the people of Ondo State.
In time past, what they do is to invite the few privileged ones to represent the people right there at the headquarters in Akure. But during Governor Lucky Orimisan's time, he has said there is no discrimination, there is no strata. We should go to the grassroots and talk to our women. All women, we are equal before him. And he has been taking care of us. He has prioritized our social welfare. He has prioritized our health care. He has prioritized our development. He has said in his time, no woman will be left behind. So we are grateful to him. That's why now we are at the grassroots to wherever our women are without stressing them to bring governance down to them.
At the various communities visited, leaders used the opportunity to appeal to governments to ensure dividends of democracy gets to them, with assurances of their support for the governor.
All what we need is we need the impact of the government concerning women program to touch them, to give them what they want.
So see, governor to ìṣèlú kan tó ṣe nígbà tá ti wà l'Ondo State tí mo ti ń ṣòṣèlú mi ti rí rẹ̀ first time lele.
Give the women wings a kudos. They are explaining now. They make it possible to visit us in our world, and they will never regret of their coming.
This move by Odatiwa Women's Initiative is geared towards reinforcing Governor Aiyedatiwa's resolve towards women inclusion in his programs and policies. Joy Pius, Osrc News.
The federal government has announced Monday, September 16 as a public holiday to celebrate Eid al-Mawlud, marking the birth of the Holy Prophet Muhammad. In a statement, Minister of Interior Olubunmi Tunji-Ojo extended congratulations to the Muslim community, both in Nigeria and abroad. Magdalene Ajani, the permanent secretary of the ministry, conveyed the minister's message, urging all Nigerians to embrace the values of patience, sacrifice and resilience during this festive period. While congratulating the Muslim Ummah on the occasion, the minister implored them to use the opportunity of the period to pray for enduring peace and a more prosperous, egalitarian nation. The United Nations Children's Fund, UNICEF, says it has entered into a partnership with journalists, government officials and other relevant stakeholders to end open defecation and eliminate neglected tropical diseases entities in Nigeria. Speaking at a two-day media dialogue on ending open defecation in Nigeria and eliminating neglected tropical diseases entities held in Lagos State, UNICEF's Chief of Water, Sanitation and Hygiene, Jane Bevan, emphasized that the partnership is essential to bring the campaign to every corner of the country. While highlighting the dangers associated with open defecation, Bevan noted that neglected tropical diseases which are caused by bacterial infections should not be overlooked, stressing that proper defecation practices could help prevent such diseases. The Chinese ambassador to Nigeria, Yu Dehai, has pledged his commitment to ensure the implementation of the Memorandum of Understanding signed during President Bola Tinubu's recent state visit to China. Speaking on his mission at a press briefing in Abuja, Dehai affirmed that ensuring the agreements are fully realized is a top priority for the Chinese side. He outlined that both countries are preparing for a busy period of collaboration, with multiple delegations expected to travel between Nigeria and China to help bring the MOUs into action. The envoy also highlighted that the cooperation goes beyond government-to-government relations, with additional partnerships likely forming between companies and local departments. Outside Nigeria now, Senegal President Bassirou Diomaye Faye has dissolved the opposition-led National Assembly, clearing the way for early legislative elections on November 17. In an evening address, Faye, who came to power in April, said working with the Assembly had grown difficult after members refused to start discussions on the budget law and rejected efforts to dissolve wasteful state institutions. Victor Akinshulure has details.
51 years old Diaby Diallo still lives with his parent. The unemployed missing father of 3 children has to ask his dad for money to buy food. It is humiliating, but he has no choice. Diaby Diallo lost his job when the construction where he worked on were halted by the new government. He had attended the spectacular J. Mike Sonko rallies where they promised radical change and support for the poor. But 6 months after they came to power, his family faced sky-high prices, having to choose which food they can afford and which they can't.
We are waiting for them to deliver on jobs for young people, helping women and fathers, because right now it's tough for all of us.
With inflation soaring to 12.9%, one of the highest in West Africa, Senegal's economy is struggling to stay afloat. On national television, President Faye announces the dissolution of parliament, blaming MPs loyal to the former president for grounding the country's progress. He claims the obstruction has left the new government unable to pass crucial budgets and reforms.
The date of the parliamentary elections has been set for Sunday the 17th of November. I've dissolved the National Assembly to give to the sovereign people the institutions to transform the country.
The political opposition says this shows the new leader incompetence in governing state affairs.
We don't have a problem with the dissolution of the parliament. It's the way that it's being done. It's the timing. There's been no dialogue. It's just a pretext to hide their failures so far.
With or without the parliament, for most, the struggle remains the same: putting food on the table and finding work. It is a nation where young and old feel like their future is passing by too quickly. Diallo is still hoping for change to come. Victor Akinshulure, Osrc News.
This week's presidential debate between former United States President Donald Trump and Vice President Kamala Harris was one of the most watched events of the election season. The broadcast attracted over 67 million viewers. But on Thursday, Trump posted on the Truth social platform, there will be no third debate. Kemisola Ajamu has details.
In a speech in Swing State, Arizona, his first since the debate, Donald Trump, despite claiming what he called a monumental victory, slammed the door on another one.
We've done 2 debates, and because they were successful, there will be no third debate.
He defended his often visibly angry performance on Tuesday and attacked the moderators who had fact-checked his falsehood, saying they should be fired. Earlier, Harris campaigned in an equally vital state.
Are we going to do this, North Carolina?
Harris wants another face-off with Trump.
I believe we owe it to the voters to have another debate. Because this election and what is at stake could not be more important.
Back in Arizona, in what was billed as a detailed address on the economy, Trump spent most of his time denouncing migrants as criminals and rapists and repeating bogus claims about Asian immigrants in Ohio abducting family pets.
We're being conquered and we are being occupied by a foreign element.
Getting around to economic matters, after an hour on stage, Trump promised tax-free overtime pay and said he will bring down inflation, interest rates, housing prices, and energy costs, all without providing specifics. While Harris, who has been criticized by some for not having detailed plans of her own, sticking mainly to talking points that are becoming more familiar.
Well, folks, I said it then, I say it now. It's time to turn the page. Turn that page.
With no more debates, American voters will spend the next 50 days sorting through completing rhetoric in a race posters say is for all practical purposes a dead heat. Kemisola Ajamu, Osrc News.
In sports, Nigeria's Junior D Tigers have advanced to the final of the ongoing FIBA Under-18 AfroBasket after beating Uganda 71-67 in their semi-final matchup in Pretoria, South Africa. They will now face defending champions Mali in the final. The victory means they have booked one of the automatic qualifying tickets for the 2025 FIBA Under-18 Women's World Cup in Switzerland. The win for the Junior D Tigers is a sweet revenge for the final Group D loss to the East Africans, a loss that saw them finish third in the group and qualifying as one of the 2 best third-place finishers. It was an end-to-end game, but the Nigerian girls kept their cool, outscoring Uganda 21-20, 24-19, and 16-15. And to end the news tonight, another look at the major stories which showed you that media organizations and practitioners have expressed their preparedness for a hit-free coverage of the election process ahead of the governorship election in Ondo State slated for November 16. Was informed you that the Food and Agriculture Organization has warned of worsening food insecurity amid escalating floods in Nigeria. And that's the news tonight. Thanks for watching. Good evening.